Okay, so hello, refresher. Today, our group number 9, we're gonna talk about a case study of Heidelberg cadaver. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about the problem statement and the context of the case study. So the actually the central or the main ethical issue in this case about the way that the use of human cadavers including the children's body for the crash accident, I mean, car testing at Harvard University. And during the practice, I can see that there are very big arguments about how the violation of the human dignity that affects to the public. And also there are some other proponents. They defended it is a life-saving research, so it's basically is it's okay to do that. And the case connects to our courses concepts related to ethical decision making in research in the organizational system. So right now, I'm gonna propose you some alternatives with the pros and cons. First of all, I will talk about the first alternative. It's about how we'll continue the cadaver testing with more discussing and explicit family consent, and also like propose more stricter ethical review. I mean, they make sure everything gonna be understood by the families of the deaf people. And the first pros of this one is they can maintain the data accuracy. The second one is can honors the informed consent. Last but not least, they also like potentially save the lives for people. However, they still emotionally distressing for the public. They may, destroy the trust from the public, and they may change the public perception about the research. And the second alternative I want to talk is about they can switch fully advanced crash tests to dummies and the simulation technology. The first advantage of this one is that it's still like ethically clean. They may also improve the public trust and align with the animal rights movements. However, it may lack of the biomechanical accuracy that real human data can provide for the research. And last but not least, this is the last alternative is that they can combine, I mean, they use the hybrid models. They can begin with testing with the dummies and then replace or supplements with the anonymized cadavers tissue in the select cases. So the first advantage of this one is still ethical middle ground, um, and they still can limit the use of the human body's death. However, it still contains some disadvantages. The first one is they still may add a lot of complexity during research and also may still illustrate the ethical concerns in public. And next one, my team is going to talk about the integration of the calls concepts.
So I'm gonna talk about integration of course concept. This case fits perfectly with the ethical framework we've discussed in class so far. From a dentological perspective, using cadaver, especially of children without clear documented consent, is inherently wrong, no matter what the outcomes are. It's about duty and respecting human dignity. But if you take utilitarian approach, the benefits, saving hundred or thousands of life, could justify the discomfort or ethical gray areas. Also, stakeholders analyzes shows how everyone is affected like differently. Researchers value data. Families might want to contribute to science or might feel betrayed if a union formed. The public cares about moral norms, and outmakers just want safer vehicles. Also, the moral intensity is very high. It involves death, children, and dignity. So the emotional charge make it even harder to justify, even if the science is sound. And also, I'm gonna give some recommendations based on everything we discussed. We recommend continue cadaver testing, but only with mandatory informed and documented consent, and with a transparent public facing ethical oversights. So there are like some reasons, there are some reasons to give. It respects individual and family autonomy. It provides the most accurate data for saving lives in real crashes. With the proper communication and ethical framework, it can rebuild trust while advancing safety. They said that this wouldn't work everywhere. In culture with strict taboos around death, or where consent law differs, this might be unacceptable. The biggest risk is ongoing discomfort from the public, but that can be reduced with transparency, education, and respect for boundaries. To wrap up this all, this isn't case about data. This about how we balance progress with compassion, and how researchers can maintain integrity while pursuing innovation that can affect real lives. That's the